जय हिंद, नमस्ते, जय माता दी, जय भारत और जय श्री राम। तो हम आज एक्सपीरियंस शेयरिंग में आए हैं, जहाँ पर सुखदा अपना एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करेगी अपनी लाइफ का बहुत बड़ा इवेंट, प्रोबेबली दैट चेंज्ड एवरीथिंग अबाउट हर लाइफ। एंड मैं सिर्फ ये बोलूंगी दैट जब आप सुनोगे तो आपको काफी कुछ समझ में आएगा कि लाइफ में मिरेकल्स कैसे हो सकते हैं, फेथ रखना कितना इम्पोर्टेंट है, चैलेंजेस कितने इम्पोर्टेंट हैं, और कई बार कुछ चैलेंजेस बहुत 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 बड़े होते हैं, है ना। आपने जो मैनिफेस्टेशन वाला टैरो कार्ड अरेंजमेंट बताया था, इट्स वर्किंग। थैंक यू निधि, ग्रेट ग्रेट, आई एम हैप्पी इट इज। थैंक यू जयश्री। अच्छा, मैं यहाँ पर भी एक बार लिंक डाल देती हूँ, सो दैट इफ देयर इज एनी इशू टू सुक्ता टू ज्वाइन इन विथ द लिंक, वो यहाँ से भी ज्वाइन इन कर सकती है। तो मैंने यहाँ पर लिंक ऐड कर लिया है। And by the time Sukta comes here, और मैं यहाँ पर मेरी आवाज थोड़ी सी कम आएगी, रीजन बीइंग के अगर मैं वो लगाऊंगी तो मैं सुखदा को सुन नहीं पाऊंगी। तो once she join and she will share, लेकिन let me give you a little background about her and my connection and ये और मतलब यही रीडिंग के लिए ही इसी तरह से सुखदा मेरे साथ जुड़ी थी अपनी रीडिंग करवाने के लिए बहुत पहले। आई डोंट नो वेयर शी फाउंड मी एंड कहाँ से, बट आई रिमेम्बर जहाँ से वी स्टार्ट लॉन्ग बैक मेनी इयर्स नाउ, जहाँ से शी स्टार्टेड टू टेक रीडिंग्स एंड वो जिस तरह से वो शी इज इवॉल्व्ड during all these years, or the situations she was in, her I will leave it to her to actually disclose main things, but she could not get up from the bed. She's seen death very closely. She's seen a situation जहाँ पर आप बोलते हो कि अच्छा गिव अप ही कर दो बिकॉज कुछ और हो नहीं सकता है, या कई बार आप ऐसे सिचुएशन where you are like a vegetable, है ना, you feel like that, that's the energy. So Sukta is here. Hello बच्चा,
Hi, ma'am.
कैसे हो? You're
I'm
good?
good. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so guys, if you can hear her all right, just let me know. It will be mostly in English because लेस ऑफ हिंदी, बट आई विल एक्सप्लेन थिंग्स। अगर जहाँ पे भी जरूरी होगा हिंदी में, वहां पे मैं आपको कुछ कुछ वो कर दूंगी। एंड बैकग्राउंड में थंडरिंग हो रही है, वो मैं म्यूट कर दूंगी, नहीं होगा। पर सुद्धा की आवाज क्लियर आ रही है ना? ओके, क्लियर। ओके सुद्धा, ओवर टू यू। आई विल म्यूट माई सेल्फ एंड जस्ट शेयर। ऑल द बेस्ट।
Yes, thank you, ma'am. So, hi everyone. Hope I'm audible to all of you. So, yes, I'm not able to bend my neck. Just excuse me for that because the neck portion is a little stiff for me. So, the journey began in 2019 when I was coming home. Actually, I don't have any problem to say it in Hindi as well. I'll mix the both. तो क्या हुआ कि May end in 2019 my mom was admitted in the hospital. तो मैं उनको खाना देने गई थी at night and just to say hi to her because पूरा दिन after work I had not got to meet her. So while coming back home on the way I met with an accident and then it was a transformational journey that I can say today. I can tell my younger self that yes, it was a 360-degree transformation in my life. So in on 4th, basically it was the 4th of June, 3rd or 4th, I don't remember exactly. तो मुझे बस वो याद है कि I fell on the street and ambulance came and took me there. And the next day I woke up in hospital. तो one mind was like mama is there in the hospital, तो अभी क्या? And I could not sense anything. पूरा body was like paralyzed. So doctors came, they did assessment. तो उन्होंने बताया कि my second and third bone after the cerebellum, यहाँ पे when the spinal cord starts, C1, C2, C3 जो हमारे starting के spinal cords होते हैं, तो out of which my C1 and C2 right in the beginning, वहाँ पे my spinal cord got twisted, it got compressed between the two bones. So because of which it led me to a condition called as quadriparesis. मतलब full body below my neck was paralysis, full paralysis, 100%. So after that, many things happened. I couldn't express myself. I couldn't talk because this was also blocked. So first surgery happened. I just fast forward that. In between many things happened. So first surgery happened and it didn't go how they had planned. But the only thing was I was able to stand. तो उन्होंने बहुत जल्दी जल्दी मुझे स्टैंड कराया तो बिकॉज ऑफ विच इट लेड टू माय सेकंड सर्जरी because I think they were experimenting on me or what, I have no idea. They said first surgery is not successful, we have to, redo the surgery. That's when I told God, I'm in your hands now. So second surgery within 10 days. Then after second surgery, it was like in my mind I knew I'm getting better. So I actually don't know what happened, but within 4 days of my second surgery, I got a stroke at night at about 11 o'clock. And that time my dad was not with me. He had kept one help for my support and he went home after at least 15 days actually. So उस time पे doctors didn't come back to check me because it was night time, no? So next day at 10 o'clock they came to see. So full night went in the stroke mode, which took me almost to a breathless situation. I became breathless and directly I opened my eyes with an oxygen mask. So फिर से one more surgery and this time they put me on a ventilator and I am asking them, will you put those two pipes, because previous two surgeries they had put two pipes in my mouth which went down. I suppose that is also a type of a ventilator. They put me ventilator and I'm happy they put ventilator because they don't have to put those pipes. I actually said thank God it's a ventilator and not those pipes, not realizing ventilator is a bad condition. So like this, within a month, I went through four surgeries. After fourth surgery, direct ICU with a ventilator on. And me being a physics teacher, I understand all the readings. I am an MSc electronics person. So how electronics work, वो readings उसके क्या values है, pulse, what does it mean? I don't need an expert to explain me because ये सारे instruments पे मैंने खुद से काम किया है, तो I know it. So I couldn't see it directly. उनका reflection मेरे glass पे पड़ता था. So I used to see the reflection inverted and process it in my mind. A lot to say, but in a nutshell, in ICU, I was listening to music on earphones. I listened to party musics. I listened to music which had bhajan. I listened different types of music till a point where my breathing would go faster with the musical beats. So doctors used to not allow my papa. I used to tell him, of course, I couldn't speak. So with lip read, I would tell dad, put earphones. Now I want to listen to music. So I'm somebody, I have heard cheap thrills in ICU. I don't know how many of you have heard that music. And I still don't know how I'm like that. But I just did it because no option, ma'am. That time I'm on bed. Doctor is telling no guarantee every day to my parents. They're telling me on my face around 28 days on ventilator, and doctors actually had taken a decision that more 2 days I'm not leaving ventilator, they will remove my support. So some doctors were really good. I asked them in my lip reading because over a month they learned how I speak. So I asked them, what do I do to get out of this ventilator? You tell me. So they told me, for you to get out of the ventilator, we don't know anything, but only one thing we can suggest you. There is a buckle here which comes after this ventilator. So you see, when it's going up means you are breathing in, when it goes down means you are breathing out. So you imagine that you are breathing and try to synchronize your breath with that buckle. My God, what a task. I said, I will try, and which guarantees that I will go on oxygen, not out of ventilator. I will go on oxygen from a ventilator. I said, chalo, let's do it. So every time I got up, I focused, I did that. And then around, it took me three failure attempts. Three times I failed getting on oxygen. First time I failed because I got very anxious. I didn't understand the difference between ventilator air and oxygen air. Then for the fourth time I said, let it be now, let's do it once and for all. And I kept myself continuously chanting mantras with all the gods that possibly I knew that time. Because actually, ma'am, that time I was very not atheist, but not somebody who would, even think of God. There is one God, Sri Swami Samartha, who we as a family worship. It's a family God, I would say. That anytime we have a problem, I take his name. But not somebody who would take his name on a regular basis. But every time I would connect with him, it would be definitely through my heart. And I think that is also one of my experiences. During my fourth surgery, I almost was dead. Fourth surgery in the operation theater, doctors are shouting, Sukada, breathe. I know I'm dead for sure in my subconscious. I just know I'm dead. I just took my God's name. I said Swami, and I don't know from where the air came back in my body, and I knew I was breathing. So ICU phase didn't go so easy. Then I came from ICU, and I was happy that I left ICU and came in general ward. I'm laughing now, ma'am, because I feel humor is the only way I think I can tell my story. If I get serious, I'm sure most of people who are here listening to this will end up crying. I know that. It is that serious, but somehow I have learned humor in my story every phase, and that's what has kept me alive till now. So I'm celebrating. Wow, I'm switched to ICU from ICU to general ward. My God. And I'm happy, and with happily, I powdered my full body. I told my dad, nicely powder my full body, change my clothes. Of course, diapers, clothes means only diapers. Then switch to general ward, not realizing it will take me more 8 months there. When I came to general ward, I'm just asking progress, and doctors are telling me, 1 mm, how much is 1 mm? 1/10 of 1 mm is the amount of, small the neurons are. It takes that much time for you to reframe or rewire your system that you have lost. So we can't guarantee you your uh, improvement, your recovery basically. Let's see. So in the general ward, I was on oxygen now. तो मतलब पूरा ऑक्सीजन पे अगेन 8 महीने. अभी जून में ऑक्सीजन, जून जुलाई वेंट इन फुल वेंटिलेटर. July 30th or something I came. August full month oxygen with all those measuring instruments. सितंबर में गणेश चतुर्थी हॉस्पिटल में. अक्टूबर में दिवाली सब हॉस्पिटल में. नवंबर में लिटरली आई वाज मेकिंग इन माय माइंड सम जोक्स, कोई मुझे यहाँ का सर्टिफिकेट दे दे मोस्ट एक्सपेरिमेंटेड पेशेंट करके. मतलब सच में वहां पे जो नौकर है, ऑल दोस पीपल दे हैड स्टार्टेड मेकिंग फन ऑफ मी एक्चुअली, कि आपको घर नहीं जाना है, आपको यहीं पे रहना है. मैम, हु वांट्स टू स्टे इन अ हॉस्पिटल? बट आई कुडंट से नो. मैं बात तो नहीं कर सकती थी, किसी को अपना मन का तो नहीं बता सकती थी. हेड तो पूरा शेव कर दिया था डेफिनेटली. तो लग तो मैं छोटे बच्चे से रही थी, बिकॉज आई एम अ शॉर्ट गर्ल. So everybody would ask my father, is she in 10th grade? So my dad would be like, she is a physics professor. तो एक दो बार तो फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट ने आके पूछा, भी कौन से एग्जाम दे रहे हो? मैंने बोला मुझे पढ़ना ही पसंद नहीं है. Then she is like, पढ़ना पसंद नहीं है क्यों? ऐसे नो नो आई हेट स्टडीज बोला उसने. फिर पापा ने आके बोला नहीं, शी इज अ प्रोफेसर. तो उसने सॉरी बोल के गई. फिर नॉट एम टू से मेक समबडी से सॉरी, लेकिन हॉस्पिटल में मैम देयर वर डॉक्टर्स हु एक्चुअली टोल्ड मी कि व्हाई आर यू अलाइव. दे टोल्ड मी ऑन माय फेस ईटिंग समोसा. जो तुम्हारे साथ हुआ है उससे बुरा, हिंदी में ही बोला. ही वाज नॉट इन गोवन, ही वाज फ्रॉम समवेयर. ही सेड तुम्हारे साथ जो हुआ है उससे बुरा किसी के साथ कोई मेडिकल कंडीशन नहीं हो सकता, वो भी समोसा खाते खाते. आई एम लाइक, यू फोकस ऑन योर समोसा यार, मेरी कंडीशन छोड़ दो. अभी मैं समोसा नहीं खा सकती हूँ. मेरा फोकस उस पे नहीं था, वो क्या बोल रहा था. बट आई एम अ गुड ऑब्जर्वर, तो उसके वर्ड्स मेरे कान में थे. मतलब हर टाइम पे मैम हर चीज को मैंने ह्यूमर में लिया है. हर चीज को लाइक। फिर एक टाइम आया जहाँ पे माय माय फिंगर्स, दिस हैंड विच आई एम मूविंग नाउ, ऐसे पड़ा रहता था। अगर आप मुझे लेटा दोगे बेड पे तो मतलब न्यूटन का फर्स्ट लॉ है, एवरीबॉडी इन रेस्ट डज नॉट चेंज पोजीशन अनलेस एक्सटर्नल फोर्स, बस वही रह के हुई थी 6 मंथ। जैसे भी रखो सेम, नो चेंज। उस टाइम पे इंटरनली मतलब आई कुड सी माय हैंड्स, माय लेग्स, आई हैव टू टेल देम मूव एंड दे आर नॉट मूविंग। आई वुड फील एज इफ पता नहीं कहाँ से 100 पत्थर लाके बॉडी पे रख दिए, लाइक दैट फीलिंग। एंड देन आई थॉट ऑफ वन स्टोरी जहाँ पे वो कोई किसी को शाप देके उसका आधा बॉडी ऐसे पत्थर का होता है, फिर इधर ही आके रुकता है। आई फेल्ट एग्जैक्टली लाइक दैट मैनीक्वीन। मतलब टिल हियर शी इज फुल स्टोन, अबाउट फुल एक्टिव, नॉट इवन वन इंसिडेंट आई हैव लॉस्ट फ्रॉम माय मेमोरी, सब पूरा फुल एक्टिव। तो दैट टाइम आई डिड फ्यू थिंग्स एक्चुअली, मतलब अभी पता चल रहा है कि इट इज ऑल healing and all that. उस टाइम पे नहीं पता था। What I did was I imagined the God which I pray sending me white light here every single time. पता नहीं, अब अभी पता चला है इट इज ऑल कॉल्ड हीलिंग। उस टाइम पे नहीं पता था। उस टाइम पे बस ठीक होना था कुछ भी करके। तो एनर्जीज कहाँ से लेनी है आई डोंट नो, बट जहाँ से लेनी है, फिजिक्स तो आता था। So I just imagined myself that God, three gods, एक मेरे कुल देवता, एक जिनको मैं मानती हूँ लॉर्ड दत्तात्रेय, और एक स्वामी समर्थ, तीनों ऐसे एक साथ खड़े हैं। दे आर जस्ट डूइंग लाइक दिस फॉर मी एंड दे आर सेंडिंग मी हीलिंग एवरी टाइम। और वो भी तब किया इमेजिन जब ना यहाँ पे जो पाइप डालते हैं उसको सक्शन करते हैं। सक्शन के टाइम पे वो 2 एटमोस्फेयर वैक्यूम अंदर डालते हैं, उस टाइम पे इमेजिन किया कि यहाँ पे सब ठीक हो रहा है एंड आई एम गेटिंग बेटर। तो आई थिंक 6 मंथ्स इट टुक फॉर मी। और भगवत गीता सुनी जब क्योंकि पूरा बेड रिडन थी, तो बेड ऊपर किया तो भी हाथ ऊपर नहीं आता था टिल आई थिंक डिसम्बर माई हैंड मूवमेंट डिड नॉट स्टार्ट। इन डिसम्बर आई मूव माई हैंड फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम एंड द फर्स्ट थिंग आई हैव हेल्ड इज अ पेन। तो डॉक्टर आई, उन्होंने बोला अभी होता है पेन पकड़ने को। आई सेड यस आई वांट टू राइट समथिंग। तो मैंने सो के लिखा है ऐसे वन साइड, क्योंकि बॉडी couldn't hold this position which I am. तो she said write something, तो मैंने सिग्नेचर किया पहला अपना with date, and that date is somewhere in November. I don't remember the date, लेकिन वो डॉक्टर ने लिख के लिया फिर। तो दैट्स हाउ। फिर लास्ट टाइम पे जब डॉक्टर ने बोला कि ये ऑक्सीजन अभी नहीं जा रहा है तो डू समथिंग, देन दे गेव मी स्पायरोमीटर। तो स्पायरोमीटर से अगेन फेलियर, 4 5 6 टाइम फेलियर, फिर सक्सेस। टिल देन अब तो एक बात मैं समझ चुकी थी, या तो करो या तो रहने दो। क्योंकि वन गुड थिंग आई थॉट इन दैट फुल हॉस्पिटल, आई वाज इन द न्यूरो सर्जरी वार्ड। तो जब लोग पूछते थे ना सुखदा व्हेन आर यू गेटिंग डिस्चार्ज, आई यूज्ड टू थिंक इस पूरे वार्ड में रोज लोग मरते थे मैम, मेरे सामने मरते थे, मेरे लेफ्ट राइट। देयर इज अ टाइम मेरे सामने 1 2 3 पीपल आर डेड बैक टू बैक, एंड आई एम आस्किंग गॉड यू रीच सो क्लोज टू मी, यू डोंट फील पिटी ऑन मी इवन वंस, देन यू केप्ट मी अलाइव। फिर मैंने ये सोचना छोड़ दिया और मैं लोगों को मतलब अपने दिमाग में ऐसे सोचती थी, देखो मैं अकेली हूँ जिसने ये बेड अभी तक तंदुरुस्त रखा है। पूरे वार्ड में 6 महीने में जिस बेड पे मैं हूँ सबसे लकी बेड है, क्योंकि डेथ यहाँ पे नहीं आई है। तो मैं जब यहाँ से जाऊंगी ना इस बेड को बड़े ब्लेसिंग्स मिलने वाले हैं, बिकॉज उसको मेरा प्रोटेक्शन है। ऐसे समझ के सब पॉजिटिव थिंकिंग करके। फिर एक बार एक नर्स ने ऐसे नेगेटिव कमेंट भी किया कि तुम्हारी शादी नहीं हुई है, अभी सब तुम्हारे पेरेंट्स पे है और यू डोंट फील बैड, मतलब गिव अप। एक्चुअली ऑल द फोर्सेस ट्राई टू ब्रेक मी, क्योंकि बात यहाँ तक आई थी कि माय फादर हैड टू चेंज माय डायपर्स एंड ही हैज टू डू एवरीथिंग फॉर मी, एंड मम्मा कुडंट टेक केयर क्योंकि मेरा हेवी वजन था और मम्मा वाज हरसेल्फ वेरी सिक। तो for me it was a divine who was doing it for me, but for the society he was a male taking care of a female. So sometimes they also said कि you're not ashamed that your father is doing this for you. So I was helpless. The only thing I knew is If I was in his place, I would have done it. जिससे हम प्यार करते हैं उसके लिए हम करते हैं, तो फिर ये मस्कुलिन फेमिनिन तो बाद में है. आई वाज दैट ओपन माइंडेड दैट टाइम कि भाई जीना है तो जीना है. देयर इज बिकॉज मैम 6 महीने मौत नहीं आ रही है यहाँ पे, बॉडी ठीक नहीं है, तो फिर कहाँ से मतलब ये लोग ये सब लेके आते हैं. आई डोंट नो. आई थिंक ओनली healthy people can think all this. Person like me can't think of all these things, can't afford basically to think all this. तो फिर एक सिस्टर ने बोला कि आई हैव सम प्रॉब्लम विथ माय ब्रेन बिकॉज आई एम नॉट लिविंग हॉस्पिटल ऑन टाइम. मतलब अभी 6 महीने क्रॉस हुए, 7th month आई एम ऑन, so still I'm in the hospital. So doctor actually shouted at her and told her कि you should be, not saying this to for a girl like her. क्योंकि they knew my struggle. और 4 doctors, 4 physiotherapy on camera, I'm telling you, ma'am. They told me if they were on my place, they would have given up long time back. They told me looking at my report. If we were on your place, no, we would have given back in the ICU only. Because the level of torture I have went through, medical fraternities, whoever they saw me, they had definitely given up on me. Except my papa, he didn't give up on me and myself. But somehow I said it's okay, said and done. January mein I started doing more techniques for my closure. I didn't stop there. I asked doctor, you tell me, just as I asked in ICU how to get rid of this ventilator. Same technique I asked doctor, how to get rid of this oxygen. Because now my hands were moving, no? So I wanted to get out of that phase. Then they suggested methods. Again, 4-5 बार trial failure करके I got discharged in the January 2020. Just before Corona hit, I was home. In the March when Corona spread, everybody was at home and I was nicely laughing. See, अभी मैं घर पे थी, अभी आप रुको घर पे. Because then I was bedridden anyway. But I had faced that, no, हर चीज stand still. मतलब आपका करियर स्टैंड स्टिल, आपका लाइफ स्टैंड स्टिल, कहीं से भी. And I was not happy that people are having it is very bad thing, but I didn't mean it that way. I meant कि mentally जो लोगों ने face किया उस time पे after staying home, stuck from their work, not able to move out. I'm talking in that sense where people mentally got stuck with their emotions. They were feeling I'm not getting this, that, but all that I had already passed. And I thank God for bringing me home in the right time. And that's when I learned at home how to make myself, come to certain stage. In fact, I'm sitting now for 2 hours. I am taught to sit for 2 hours. Everything I have learned from scratch. I think more than a baby, I would say, because babies at least they are flexible. I have some rigidity in here. तो यहाँ पे जो कॉम्प्रेशन है उसकी वजह से पूरा बॉडी मेरा फंक्शन नहीं कर रहा है. रिसेंटली आई बीन टू अ डॉक्टर, ही सेड दैट अभी जो मेरा बॉडी है दैट इटसेल्फ इज अ मिरेकल बिकॉज इतना भी नहीं होता है लोगों को. दे रिमेन ऑन बेड, दे रिमेन ऑन ऑक्सीजन सपोर्ट फॉर years and ages. So when I came home again, Bhagavad Gita was on. I think I heard Bhagavad Gita for more than 10 times. Especially I heard it on that Hotstar because पढ़ना तो मुझे नहीं होता था because of neck. So Hotstar पे there are those clips with that Saurabh Raj Jain and Arjun speaking. So those clips I heard for more than 10 times. Every time I heard, I got a different positivity in me when I heard it. So every time I heard that Bhagavad Gita, it gave me more and more positivity. It kept me more and more alive, I feel. And after that, it was like a very transformational phase where accidentally things, changed. Wherein, yeah, then in that, during that COVID period only, this SSR's, exit came in the limelight, and I was shocked because when I was in hospital, I watched this movie Chichore, and that was a movie I laughed on so much. And for me, it was very difficult. Me and my mom, we both were very much, keen to know how it is possible, this, that. And that's when, ma'am, I came across your channel that time only. where me and my mama, we both were, trying to watch every possible content that time, which will give us any idea about what has actually happened with him. And I think it was a divine planned by him, that we connect. And when you started doing reading, that's when I generated that curiosity that how map is doing. That let me even I want to learn that, how to channel, how to know, because in my mind I was super curious. But then my both these hands, this hand is still little okay, were not ready to hold anything. So for me to shuffle also only one hand was working. So second hand I have to generate from somewhere, like little movement in that. So for that I practiced even more, and then I shifted my profession for teaching again. I came back in my profession of teaching. I started taking online classes because of my accident. I had to leave my job, though the school waited for me to come. But I don't feel it was justifiable that time for me to go back and join them. So I decided I will. It is a something which is a noble profession, so I can do it anyways. So I developed myself a sense of sitting capacity of 1 hour initially, and I started with my tuition classes online first. After developing that, in fact, ma'am, when I started my first class after recovery, I was not able to wear clothes. You will laugh if I say that, but it's true that if I wear any sports wear, I would feel breathless. So that breathless feel was very difficult. I could not bear the pressure of clothes on my body, because almost for 8 and 9 months I was just, I was covered. My body was only covered. It wasn't. It had not worn anything. So for me to practice every single thing and sit and take class was a bigger task. Then I learned to hold a pen. I asked few of my students to help me with the setting online setup for the class. Then I started with my online classes, and today, successfully by Swami Samartha's grace, I would say we have across the state four classes, four classrooms, and there are around 20 plus teachers with me who are helping around 150 plus students in different exams from first to 12th standard, all the grades. And I'm super happy to be here because in between, on the day when I inaugurated my classroom on 9th September, within 3 days I lost my mama after I inaugurated my first classroom, and she was there for my first classroom inauguration. And I engrossed myself even more just because it was even difficult for me to move forward this way. So if I would stay in a place, it would definitely take me in another trap. So I just, like a snap, I moved forward from there. And now I'm going back and healing myself because I didn't give myself that much time to accept things, to process things, what had happened. I just didn't want to face it that happened. It was like, how can I lose my mama? Because I love her so much. And today I believe that whatever success I have, it is all, because of her and my papa who is still with me, relentlessly, trying his best not to give up on me. And it's all God's blessing, I would say, that we are here today. Because otherwise, it's not possible, ma'am. Frankly speaking, just not possible. Recently, I met doctor. He himself is saying that your case is very critical. One in, so many million, I think it is. Not all have all the problems. And even I can't get a proper surgeon for me because already 4 surgeries are done. So the if I go for any surgery, it is told to me that it's little risky for me. So maybe technically it is, and the neurosurgeon told me do meditation, and neurosurgeon is telling me I do meditation over 30 years. I would suggest you please do meditation. You will not require a surgery. I'm just looking at his eyes and I'm laughing and I'm like, wow. So that's how it was. And yeah, if I go medically with it, then there are risks involved. But that I think divine knows what's best for me. But I think adding humor to phase of life makes us little lighten up with the things. We get too attached at a times with the situations around. But whenever this is my personal hands-on experience. Whenever I have added a little twist of humor to my worst situation, it has always helped me to just laugh at it and move on. And maybe that's how I'm able to tell this. Because if I don't do now, also I'm laughing. You will see me laughing when I talk about ventilator, which is also a very serious thing for me. I feel it very funny now. And now also anything happens in my lab, which is very extreme level. I just laugh and I say, "Oh, this happened! Wow!" So, this is how I have always been. Initially in my teenage, I used to cry, but I did mirror work when I was in teenage, but not knowing it is a mirror work. अभी पता चल रहा है it is a mirror work. उस टाइम पे जब कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम होता था, I used to look myself in the mirror and tell myself, no giving up, Suprata. Please stand up and face it. So abhi, now with the YouTube knowledge coming out, I understand, I connect the dots कि हाँ ऐसे होता है, मतलब I was doing this. So maybe divine was making me do the things that time, not realizing what the technical names are. तो उस टाइम पे नहीं पता था, जैसे हीलिंग आई डिडंट नो इट इज कॉल्ड हीलिंग, अभी बहुत लेट पता चला. तो मे बी एंड फिजिक्स अगेन इट्स वेरी फनी इंसिडेंट मैम. आई यूज्ड टू हेट फिजिक्स. आई नेवर लव्ड फिजिक्स. My 12th say, but I ended up being a physics teacher. And today, when I sit with spirituality and when I try to connect the dots, I think I realized why I was refocused back to physics when I hated it so much. I've done masters in electronics. I had industry exposure. I could do in any field. Why physics? When I hated it the most. But now my students enjoy learning physics from me, and some of them also tell me they remember the concepts very well. Because I guess I took up physics, which I hated, as a challenge, and I put it in a way that they never forget what I teach. Because I used to not like it, no, so I have to make it likable for somebody, which is even a challenge for me now. So whatever I have done with full 100%. Whatever task given to me. So I'm just keeping myself moving. That's it. That's all. I think there's so much, but in a nutshell, I think life is beautiful, and every time I got to hear that you can be this, that, I would still choose to be human because I love being human. I think being human makes me what I am today, and I thoroughly enjoy human experiences because if God also needs human body to experience life, definitely there must be something divine in human body. That even God has taken incarnations in human body. So definitely we are something worth experiencing that even God felt the need of. So yeah, ma'am, that's all I have to share. That.
Thank you
Thank
so much, Sukta. And I am sure now each one of you, जिसने भी सुक्ता की बात सुनी है, जो बाद में सुनेंगे, आपको अपनी लाइफ प्रॉब्लम्स और इश्यूज बहुत छोटे लग रहे होंगे. इतने इतने कुछ भी नहीं है हमारी लाइफ में in comparison to what she has actually seen in her life, in comparison to जैसे she has come back to life. And then another very important thing जो मैं reiterate करूंगी सुक्ता की, don't go for fancy words. मैं हमेशा बोलती हूँ ये, don't go for fancy words की अरे वो purple light and पता नहीं क्या क्या आते तो मुझे आते भी नहीं है. We have it in us. हम सच में लोग people come with पता नहीं कौन सी दुनिया के फैंसी वर्ड्स लेके आते हैं. मैम ये करवा दोगे? हम लोग ये क्या है? मैंने सुना भी नहीं है, मैं करवाऊंगी कैसे? बट इट इज ऑल इनसाइड अस. हम जब से इस दुनिया में आते हैं तब से हमें मैनिफेस्टेशंस, हीलिंग्स, जो भी मिरर वर्क, ये सब हमें पता होता है हमारे अंदर है. हमें सिर्फ अंदर में से बाहर निकालना है. एंड सुखता ने बहुत अच्छे से वो आपको क्लियरली बताया कि कैसे just being happy, connecting with yourself brought her back to life. And मुझे पता है 20 से मैं उसकी जर्नी देख रही हूँ. 2025 चल रहा है. She has evolved so beautifully. मतलब I know now वो इन बिटवीन जो 3D 5D 7D वाली एनर्जी है, अपने आप को जस्ट फील करना, एनर्जीज को जस्ट फील करना, किसी चीज से इम्पैक्ट नहीं होना. एंड शी ऑल्सो डज रीडिंग्स, एंड व्हेन शी शेयर्स हर एक्सपीरियंसेस विद मी, एंड आई थिंक बच्चों के लिए ना इससे बेस्ट टीचर नहीं हो सकता, जिसको एक्चुअली लाइफ का इतना बड़ा एक्सपीरियंस हो और जिसको लाइफ से इतना प्यार हो. तो व्हेन शी शेयर्स, मेरे को, मुझे पता नहीं अगर उसकी चैट खोलोगे कितनी बार मिलेगा, आई एम प्राउड ऑफ यू, आई एम प्राउड ऑफ यू, आई एम प्राउड ऑफ यू, आई एम फीलिंग सो हैप्पी, आई एम प्राउड ऑफ यू. That's what her chat is filled with when she shares her experiences with me. And this is what it is. ये ह्यूमन बॉडी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, बहुत पावरफुल है. एंड आई जस्ट होप, मैं कब से चाहती थी सुविधा आए, बिकॉज आई जस्ट होप एंड रियली रियली विश कि जो लोग अपनी लाइफ को इतना कर्स करते हैं, इतना अपने आप को कर्स करते हैं, अरे मुझे यहाँ दर्द है, मुझे यहाँ दर्द है, जस्ट सी व्हाट इट इज. Thank you so much, Sukta. I am so happy you joined in. Thank you, bacha, and all the
Thank
best.
you. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for this opportunity. It means a lot for me.
Thank you, and everybody is writing. We are all proud of you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, bache.
Thank
Take care. Bye.
you.
Bye. Bye. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. ठीक है गाइस, अब मैं भी चलती हूँ. एंड आई वुड जस्ट से दैट लर्न, मूव फॉरवर्ड, एंड नो एवरी चैलेंज इज एन अपॉर्चुनिटी. शी हैज हर classes online, offline. There is so much work going on, and she's actually making so many lives. I am so proud of her. And जब लाइफ आपको वापस लेके आती है ना, बहुत बड़ा मिशन होता है आपका. तो नेवर से कि मुझे अपने आप को मारना है, मैं मर जाऊं तो अच्छा है, दुनिया में मेरे लिए क्यों कुछ नहीं है, वाई एम आई अलाइव, वाई एम आई लिविंग. यू हैव अ पर्पस. जस्ट स्टे पॉजिटिव, स्माइल, लाफ, एंड यू विल फाइंड दैट पर्पस. ठीक है, चलो अब मैं चलती हूँ. आई विल सी यू गाइज वेरी वेरी सून. एंड एक रिक्वेस्ट है, शेयर दिस लाइव. आई डोंट से यूजुअली दिस, शेयर दिस लाइव एज मच एज यू कैन. हर जगह जहां पे भी, अपने सोशल मीडिया पे, प्लेटफॉर्म्स पे, जहां पर भी आप शेयर कर सकते हो, इसको शेयर करो. दिस इज अ स्टोरी दैट शुड रीच एवरीवन. ठीक है, थैंक यू so much. Thank you, and thanks to Sushant, undoubtedly, and thank you to each one of you, and thank you, Siddha. Love you. Thank you.